We will see. Right, I think we are live. I just need to pop the other lights on. Hang on. There we go. We have lights. Right. Welcome to the second of 15 live streams this week. I think I'm doing 15 this week. So for those of you that are just tuning into this one, this is, as I say, the second of 15 live streams this week. I have a whole week planned. This is my week off work where I am going to be live streaming games all day, every day. Some of them my choice, some of them choice of my patron supporters. This is my choice, and this is our second play of Quartermaster General Southfront. So I played this a couple of weeks ago. There was a live stream on the channel a couple of weeks ago, which was quite rough because me and Pete were learning it from the rulebook. And the rulebook is a good rulebook, but it is quite a complex game, and it kind of threw us. So yeah, the last time we covered this on the channel, it was very rough, and a big thank you to Ian, the designer of the game, for being there in the chat and helping us. And other people as well. We hopefully have some other people in the chat. We've just been to the shops to get a sandwich, which is why my glasses are covered in water, because
it's not nice.
It's not nice, is it?
No, it's not.
Right. So yeah, this is the second game in the Quartermaster General 2-player series, and this time it is the South Front. Is it going to fit on the board? Yeah, there you go. It's going to fit there like that. Are you sticking with the axes?
I think so. Try and get some revenge for the drubbing of this morning or the afternoon.
And this is not a sponsored video. It's not a full tutorial. It's just two of us playing the game. If we do get any rules wrong and you are watching us live, please point them out in the chat. But yes, this is not intended as a video to learn the game by. Although there are not many videos on this game out there, because this is Southfront. This came out this year. So we have mid and late war again.
Smaller deck by the look of it. Much smaller deck by the look of it.
I have 3 factions instead of 1. And you have 2. So you've got...
I've got Pact in Germany.
Got Germany and Pact.
Yeah.
I've got United Kingdom, United States, and France. And the rules for them are slightly different. So
well, let's not go. I don't need to go for the first game. The first game.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, I am.
No. Oh, if you are, I will then.
I am.
That's okay. Fair enough then.
I am, definitely.
All right.
Because I definitely think I need a bit of a help with this game. This is 5 cards. Oh, no. 6. How many should it be? Oh, 5. I got 5.
This is this is interesting. This is a race. Oh, and of course you get the US come in, don't they? They come in later in the game.
And you only get 1 action a turn in this game.
Ah, right, which is why we don't need such a big deck of cards.
Okay, right. So let's go through the setup.
Yes. Oh, lower counter density as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So allies in Gibraltar, a UK infantry. In the Western Med, a UK fleet. In Malta, a UK infantry. In Eastern Mediterranean, a UK fleet. In El Alamein, a UK tank. And in Egypt, a UK airplane. That's it. Right, the axes. In Rome, a Pact tank and a Pact airplane. In the Tyrrhenian Sea, a Pact fleet. In Naples, a Pact infantry. In Sicily, a Pact airplane. In the Ionian Sea, a Pact fleet. And in Tripoli, a Pact infantry. Right. So, same basic.
Oh, so no Germans on the board.
No. So similar flow. We go through the rounds, and there is scoring here and here. This is where the late cards come in. This is where the USA enters the war, and then we score here and here. Whoever's got the most points at the end of the game wins, unless you are 10 or more points ahead in a scoring phase, in which case you win automatically. We have victory stars. So I've got a victory star in Gibraltar. Tunisia. Who takes? Ah, right. We need these flags. So you've got control of Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Tripoli, Benghazi, Tobruk, the Western Deserts. Okay, and you also have that. And then I've got all of these. You've got Syria, Lebanon. Right there. And then there's some special ones. So there's like neutral ones now. There's Iraq. There's Crete. So Yugoslavia has 2 counters on it. And then we have one on Bulgaria, one on Athens. So mid-war cards and draw 5, so it's 5 cards now. Starting pieces on the board. Victory. So supply flags. So this needs to be placed here. So there's a supply flag for both America and United Kingdom in the South Atlantic. There is also a United Kingdom supply flag there. And I believe France can trace it to either of them, I think. You've got that there. Where was that? That was in there as well, wasn't it? Yeah, that was in there as well. So Rome is a German and a Pact supply location. Yugoslavia has a point printed on it, but it's a counter. And that's because if you were to combine this map with the other map, there's already a point on there, which means you don't use that one. But in this game, you do use that one.
So, I imagine we won't get the answer, but I'd be interested to know how far off the West Front and combined game is.
It's supposed to be next year.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to be next year.
Oh, fantastic.
Ian is in the chat. The Italian in Libya is out of supply to begin the game with. Oh, right. That's useful to know. The Italian in Libya is out of supply at the start of the game, but with the expectation that they will occupy and defend the Gulf of Gabes by the end of the turn. The French piece uses the UK supply flags. Okay, so not America, but the UK ones. So it's out of supply because... Let's work this out.
So
I'm interdicting into the Gulf of Sidra.
And you're
and
also
I'm interdicting into the Gulf of Gabes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm interdicting into both of these.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the start of the game, that has its supply cut. And we'll go through the rules differences from this to the previous game before we play, because there are quite a few. Right. So first of all, we have desert climate spaces, which are the ones in tan, and they have special rules applied to them, which are on page 19. So page 19 says, where is it? Thought it was page 19. It says, the climate has an effect on how some reactions can be used. See reactions, page 19. Yeah, reactions. Okay. Right. So sustain attack cannot be used during winter turns except in desert. So the normal places...
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I've got it here. Yeah.
Where you cannot play sustain, you can if you're in the desert.
Yeah.
Advance cannot be used in spring except in the desert.
Yeah.
But then there's another one, I believe, which is the other way round. Or is it the other way round? Maybe not. Maybe it's just those. Okay, so these icons don't apply if you're in the desert.
Yeah.
Right. So the straits. We have straits indicated on the game board by anchors with arrows. The anchor appears on the land space that you must control in order to use the strait. Yeah. So in order to move a fleet from there to there, you need to control Sicily. And I believe that flag is on Gibraltar. It's not quite on Gibraltar, but I think it's on Gibraltar.
That would make sense.
So if you're in Gibraltar, you can move from there to there. And if you're in Egypt, you can move from there to there. Sicily and Naples are adjacent land spaces in this game. But Gibraltar and Morocco are not. So you can actually go across the land there. Yeah. Pieces, control, and we have neutral. So, yeah, players. It's a 2-player game. We have the Allies, which is United Kingdom, United States, and France. And we have the Axis, which is Germany and the Pact. Cards, again, cards work in the same way. So if it's United Kingdom, it can only apply to United Kingdom pieces. The United States can only apply to those pieces, and the France one can only apply to the French one.
The one
French piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
The free French.
The late war cards will come in here. So later this time we play 7
right.
before that comes in.
Yeah.
Supply works, I believe, in the same way as before. So you can trace supply paths through spaces controlled by that side. Can include unoccupied spaces as long as they are not adjacent to enemy pieces that can interdict. Infantry, tanks and airplanes interdict in adjacent land spaces. Fleets and airplanes interdict in adjacent unoccupied water spaces. There are carriers as well now. So I have a carrier.
And
Carriers.
I have a packed carrier, not a German carrier.
So a carrier without an airplane does not interdict in an adjacent space. So it's only the fleets that can interdict, not the carriers, unless there's a plane on the carrier.
But fleets can't interdict land.
No. We have the contingency cards, though we only have 3 of them this time.
So sorry, Paul. So a carrier with an airplane
can interdict into an adjacent, because it's the airplane doing the interdicting.
But can interdict into an adjacent land space.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's
because it's a plane that's doing the interdicting.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Running out of cards is the same. Supply effects, I think, are the same. You cannot move a piece into a space where it would be unsupplied. An unsupplied piece can move into a space where it would be supplied. Unsupplied pieces cannot attack. Unsupplied airplanes and fleets cannot be used to continue an attack. Unsupplied defending airplanes can be used to support. So that's the same. And all of your unsupplied pieces are eliminated during the supply step unless it says otherwise. We have a Malta depot. We'll come on to that later on. So we've got 16 rounds, late war cards, etc., etc. We've got the reminders. Turn sequence is similar, but it is now first movement step, action step, which is one action, and then second movement step
per turn.
And in the second movement step, your tanks, fleets, and carriers can move. The draw step is slightly different. It's
the second with tanks, fleets, and carriers. Yes, yeah.
The draw step is now draw until your hand has 5 cards, or until you've drawn 2.
Right, so less of a draw as well. Yeah.
The default actions that you can do is the same. Play, conscription, forced march, desperate attack, production, contingency, or pass. Yeah. So that's exactly the same.
Yeah.
The rules for deploying pieces are the same. The rules for deploying versus recruiting pieces is the same. The only slight difference is that planes can be deployed directly onto a carrier. See page 14. We'll get to page 14 in a minute. Right. Movement, that's the same. Planes can move too. Can't move into a space occupied by an enemy, but planes can move over. You may not move into a space where you would be unsupplied. Tanks and infantry can only move to land spaces, except when loading onto a naval transport.
Yeah, so this is new, isn't it?
This is new.
Thing, yeah.
So naval transport. So a UK fleet may transport a UK or a French piece. A USA fleet can transport a USA or a French piece. A packed fleet can transport a packed or a German piece.
Yeah, makes sense. Because there are no German fleets. Yeah.
So to load, an infantry, tank or airplane may move into an adjacent water space occupied by a fleet of the appropriate faction, and they load. Most of the time pieces load onto fleets during the first movement step, but if a piece is able to move during the action step, then it can load at that time. Pieces may not be loaded onto fleets during the second movement step. You put the piece beside the fleet to show that the piece has been loaded. The fleet can move before or after the piece loads onto it. And you may deploy a piece loaded directly onto a fleet, assuming that the other requirements are met. Okay, so you can deploy pieces. Right, unloading. Before the end of the turn, a transported piece must unload from a fleet by moving it into an adjacent land space. You cannot unload a piece from one fleet onto another fleet, nor can you load it onto a carrier. A piece that cannot unload for any reason is eliminated. So most of the time, pieces unload during the second movement step. So a fleet can move before or after it unloads a piece. Infantry units may only unload into a space that you control at the moment of unloading, and airplanes may only unload into a space that you controlled at the beginning of the step. So, a transported tank can unload into an unoccupied enemy-controlled space, take control of it, and then an infantry, but not an airplane, from a different fleet can unload onto the same space. So this came up in our game because I've got an infantry here, I've got a fleet here. I can't take these with that infantry. Because an infantry can only be unloaded into a space that you actually control. So I'd need a tank here to load onto here to go into here. And once I've got that, I can then bring the infantry across.
And I presume it's one piece per ship.
I think so. Yeah.
And so in this case, then this is the exception that actually infantry, in effect, moves in the second movement step. As
it unloads.
It unloads.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like
so if
moves on in the first movement step.
Yeah. If I controlled this, I'd move onto it in the first movement step, and then in the second movement step, it would unload.
Or you could even load onto it in the first movement step, and in the same first movement step, the fleet could move there. And then in the second movement step, go into the
fleet could move again, and that could unload.
And then you could unload. So there's.
So you can go quite far.
But yeah.
Unlike infantry, an airplane may only unload onto a space that you controlled at the beginning of the step. So I couldn't do that even if I controlled it first with the tank, whereas in infantry you can. Airplanes cannot move 2 spaces and then load. You can only load onto an adjacent space. And an airplane being transported cannot be used in land or water combat, except insofar that it will be removed if the fleet transporting it is removed. Yeah. An airplane being transported cannot fulfill a card's prerequisite. So it's not an actual plane. If a plane is being transported, it's not an actual plane. But an airplane on a carrier is carried and not transported, and it therefore is a plane.
And I presume, you don't have to unload it from a carrier, do you?
I don't believe so.
The plane can just, it's part of the.
Oh, in fact, a carrier can never be removed while it carries an airplane. Even if eliminated, the airplane will always be removed instead. It may remain on a carrier at the end of the turn, and when the carrier moves, an airplane on it moves with it.
Yeah. So it's basically treated as one unit, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Excellent.
Combat is similar, but you now have sea battles as well. And this is what caught us out last time. One of the things that caught us out last time we played. So a land force is infantry and or tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Airplanes and fleets are not considered to be part of a land force, and you cannot attack a land space with just airplanes or fleets, but they can support the combat. And the attacking force may be transported on fleets, so you can do an amphibious assault.
But only with tanks, in effect, because you can't land infantry into an enemy.
No, you can attack. You can still attack. So if I had infantry there and you had that there, I could attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'd destroy it, but then I would have to unload.
But you couldn't, even if you won the battle.
I don't believe so.
You wouldn't be able to unload the infantry into the space.
I don't believe so. Might be wrong. It says where is it? You may attack an the attacking force may be transported on fleets. So you can attack from the sea. A sea force contains fleet, airplanes and or carriers. A sea force may contain of only airplanes attacking a water space from a land space. So it is possible to launch planes from here into here, and that is a sea force. That is allowed, whereas planes cannot do land battles on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Planes can do sea battles on their own if they launch into a water space from a land space. A carrier cannot be the only piece in a force that initiates an attack. It must contain at least one fleet or an airplane. However, a carrier can be the last piece that's eliminated as part of an attacking force. Attack rounds is the same as before. The defender may use a reaction in response to the attack. If the reaction doesn't prevent it, the defender must either remove a piece of any faction from the attacked space or remove an airplane or fleet adjacent to the attacked space of the same faction as a defending piece. The defender chooses which piece to remove. So if you've got that, and I attack there, you could remove that.
Mm-hmm.
But if that wasn't there, you could not remove that. That fleet will not support that.
Oh, I thought it said any. I thought it said any.
If it was there. So if both of yours are there,
right,
then that can support. But if that wasn't there, that cannot be used to protect that.
Because it's only the Italians that have got fleets. There aren't any German fleets. Okay,
it was that, wasn't it? Yeah, remove an airplane or fleet adjacent to the attacked space that is of the same faction as a defending piece.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And then continuing the attack is the same. You remove a piece from the attacking force, or remove an airplane or fleet adjacent to the attacked space, or use a card with the appropriate reaction, and it must be of the same rank or higher as the piece removed or the reaction used by the defender. You cannot remove the last piece of an attacking force to continue an attack. That never came up, but obviously. And the rank is the same. Stand fast and sustain at the top, then airplanes and fleets, then tanks, then infantry. At sea, the naval combat reaction is at the top, then fleets, then airplanes, anti-air, and then carriers.
Right, and that's, again, remind me, that's if the defender removes that, just carry on the attack.
The attacker must match it.
Yeah, that's right.
An airplane or fleet in the attacked space may be removed as the result of an attack like any other piece. Airplanes and fleets in adjacent spaces may also participate in the combat. So you can remove one of those supplied or unsupplied from a space adjacent to the attacked space. The airplane or fleet must belong to the same faction as a piece currently in the attacked space. Yep. After land combat, if there are no more pieces in the attacked land space, the attacker may use an advanced reaction to move one piece from the attacking force into the attack. That's the same. And I think the reactions are mostly the same, but this is the fact that you have land battles and sea battles now. And the reaction summary, which hopefully you've got on your player aid, tells you which ones can be used. So sustain attack can only be used on land. Advance can only be used on land. Stand fast can only be used on land. As can exchange, as can retreat. The equivalent of retreat at sea is called withdraw navy. And then you've got anti-air that can be used land or sea, and naval combat that can also be used land or sea. And there's more details about them here. Right, the minor countries. So we have 4 minor countries, which are neutral at the start of the game. We have Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Iraq, each have 1 piece, and Greece has 2 spaces, Athens and Crete. Each space in a minor country has 1 or more minor country force counters, neutral side up. All of the counters have icons of infantry on the back, apart from Crete, which doesn't have one. Minor countries may be activated due to the play of certain cards, or by a player declaring war, which activates the minor country for the other player. So if you declare war on Greece, that flips over, and that is now effectively my defending force. You can declare war on a neutral minor country at any time during your turn. You just say you're doing it. You cannot attack or move into a neutral space without first declaring war, and an airplane cannot jump over a neutral space. Okay, so when a neutral minor country is activated, it's no longer neutral. It joins one side or the other. That side immediately takes control of all of its spaces, placing control markers. Flip the minor country forces counters to their active side, except for the Crete one, which is just removed. So the minor country force counters cannot move, nor can they be part of an attacking force or support an attack. They're always in supply, so you can't cut them off. They defend like infantry, and the player that controls them may use reactions on behalf of them from any faction that they control. Since they cannot move, you cannot use a retreat action on them, and you can trace supply through controlled MCFs as if they were your pieces. Right, and then what's really nice in the back of this rulebook is there is an example of play. So I've not read that yet. I keep meaning to. I will at some point. Does it all make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I presume it's the same deal as before. If anyone's 10 points ahead, auto win.
Yeah, in the scoring phase, pretty sure.
But we start off with,
and we're counting this way this time.
Yeah,
we're counting right to left.
In terms of right, and it's just I've got it, and it's what we've.
So the support rules are the same as before.
Yeah.
But we had a situation a little bit like this afternoon, where you moved down to Kiev, and we were like, well, why is that out of support? It's the interdicting that really is. Sometimes you've just got, once you get it, you get it. But we will be relying on the chat to tell us when we have pieces out of support, because we might miss it. If we do miss it, please let us know. Okay. It is the summer of 1940.
Right, so...
First movement step. Good luck.
Yeah, well, I think it probably makes sense for...
Oh, how to win.
Yeah, that might be something worth reading.
Ian says, during the second movement step, pieces being carried on fleets must unload. Yes. Is it hot? Is it hot in the UK right now? No.
No, it is not.
Is it hot in the summer of 1940 in the desert?
Probably
Very
is,
probably.
Yes. Right, okay, so first action step. First movement step.
Everything can move.
So Tripoli, Libya is out of supply at the moment.
This is out of supply at the moment.
To get that into supply, I need to get something into there, basically. Because then it can go...
Because then it can just go through there to there.
Go through thing.
Or there.
But there, because... Oh, yeah, because it goes back...
No, it goes up here. Because this is... I can't interdict it to here.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm here, so... That would do it as well.
But I think we'll go there. I think we'll do that. Because having pieces...
I'll just lie them down just so it's easier.
And then we'll move... And then unloading, so...
So yeah, it depends if you want to ship any more of these down into here. Or over here.
I'm going to deploy.
Are you not doing any other movement?
I don't think I'm going to do any more movement from there.
Because before that moved, you could have loaded onto it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not. If I'm going to move anywhere, I think I might actually move, because Albania is
it's not neutral.
It's not neutral.
But it's not worth anything.
But it's
a loading off.
So I am going to load some infantry onto there.
Yeah.
I'll move my tanks down into Naples.
I'll just leave them lying down just so it's easy to see on the overhead.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And is that still going to here?
And that's still going to go to there.
Yeah. Oh.
Right, so that's all my movement.
Okay.
And then now you're saying these neutrals are never out of supply, is that
correct.
Right?
The
even when they become even when they sign on for you.
Correct.
Right, in which case,
because they're supplied by that country and they never move out of that country.
Right, in which case I'm going to...
Albania is supposed to be Axis. Did I get one wrong? I did. Must have missed it on the setup.
Ah, perfect. Right. So I am going...
well spotted.
I'm going to use my one of these contingency cards.
Okay.
To activate Bulgaria for the Axis. So, if possible, and then I may recruit a German infantry there. Place the Bulgaria supply flags marker in Bulgaria. So, there we go. And then I presume...
Yep, so that's an MCF in there.
And then that becomes...
And it's a supply for both of your factions.
And then second movement step.
And it was recruit a German infantry there. Ah, yeah, so your Germans are... Yeah.
And my second movement step, I shall unload.
So that fleet could move again if you wanted it to.
I shall unload my thing in there.
Yep.
But then I presume I could then move it after unloading,
I think so.
couldn't I? Yeah. But no, I think the Ionian Sea is probably where it needs to be. So that's it. I think they're all in supply.
Yeah, so at some point before the end of the turn, the transported piece must unload from a fleet by moving it to an adjacent land space. Yep.
So they are all in supply, and that's it.
And then you draw.
I've got 5 cards in my hand.
So you don't draw.
I don't draw.
Okay. Right. First movement step. As you say, got very few units. And I can't really do anything with this one because it can't land here. I don't feel sorry for this guy. But we do have a tank here. There's so little, so little units on the board, isn't there?
Now, a packed fleet can either be a carrier or a...
No, that's a fleet.
Oh, right. So it's specifically a carrier.
That's a fleet,
Yeah.
and that is a carrier.
No, fair enough.
Right, so I'm just looking at this. If I move that to there, then I can still trace a supply route through here because you can't interdict this space.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a safe, it's a supplied space. It's a safe space to be. I can also move this plane, but I can't land it in either of those two spaces. Even if I take control of it now, because I didn't control it at the beginning of the step. So I think I will move that into there. So take control of that. And I will move that into there. Okay, right, my one action is going to be the Rock of Gibraltar. Deploy a UK fleet in the South Atlantic and or a UK infantry in Gibraltar. That's that done. Discard. Deck. Discard. Second movement step. Could just move that to the Western Desert. Not sure why, but and that can move to there. Okay. I think that's it. I'm going to draw a card. Check the chat to see if we're playing correctly. That's it. It's the fall of 1940.
Move Think first movement step. Okay, I'm going to move a tank onto onto there, and a plane onto there. Oh no, I can't do that. I could do it to unload, but it can't.
No, you can.
Yeah, but it can't actually support the plane. The plane itself can't be a supporter. Yeah. So, and it can't operate from there. It can.
No,
once
it's
in
a crate.
Going to be moving. Yeah, so we won't do that, but we will do that. And I'm not going to do any more movement there. I'm going to play. Where should I put my discard pile?
Yeah.
Should I be,
Pop your discard sideways.
so I'm playing that. So I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Yep.
And then take another
action.
That's interesting. How does this work? So, I mean, I'll show you the card. So, deploy a German or packed infantry adjacent to mortar.
You can deploy onto a
then
fleet.
Move that infantry or attack with a force containing that infantry.
Yeah.
So I could deploy onto that fleet.
Yes. And attack with it.
And each fleet can only attack, can only contain one other thing.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, each fleet can only transport one piece at a time. Question in the chat, any supply changes? And the answer is no. Once you get used to the supply changes from the previous game, the rules for supply are the same. And to be honest, if they changed the rules for supply, it would have just made it massively confusing. Because the rules for supply are really good. And they must keep them the same across all the games in the series.
Sorry, this is quite tough. I'm going to do this. I'm going to no, I'm not going to do that. Not yet. I will do that card. So deploy a German or packed infantry adjacent to mortar. And I will do a packed infantry, I think. Yep. And then I will attack with the force containing that infantry.
So that is attacking
there. Yeah.
So this is the attacking force may be transported on fleets, which it is. So it's basically one infantry attacking Malta. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the little book of power. Oh. So I'm going to play there are extra restrictions on this game. Some of the reactions specifically say on them where they can be used.
Oh, they had some of those in
they?
In the East Front. I did. That was when I was talking about the Finland ones.
And it actually said it on the bottom
on
of
the
the
bottom of the thing said you can use this because the Finnish were very good at defending their own country, but not.
So I've got a card that I was about to play, but it says on it a particular place that isn't Malta, so I can't play that.
I'm hoping that's good for me.
Yeah, I have no reactions.
Ooh, first blood. Okay, Right.
But you
so,
can't unload into there.
I might be able to.
With the tank, yes.
I can with the tank.
With the tank,
And
yes.
then I can unload with the infantry.
So the tank's just waiting by for the
Yeah,
infantry to do all the hard
yeah,
work.
Yeah, exactly. Which is how it should be. Well, that was my one card play. So that's it for card play. So it's
Second
now
movement.
second movement step. So the tank will go on there,
Which means you now
to
control
control
it, and then the infantry can
and
go
then
on
the
there.
infantry.
Or it could go...
Or I could unload
somewhere
it
else.
into Tripoli, which I
Yeah.
think I will unload it into Tripoli. There we are. That's it. Okay. Yeah, there we are. That's and then I've still got 5 cards in my hand.
Draw cards.
So I don't need to draw.
That sort of thing.
And that's me done.
Okay. So initial movement. I'm just going to move these 2 to there. And then as my action, I'm going to play Mediterranean Station. Deploy a UK fleet in Western Med or Eastern Med. Put it in the Western Med. Then move that fleet or attack with the force containing that fleet. So we'll do an attack. Into the Gulf of Gabes.
So I could support it with that aeroplane there, I presume.
You can.
Which I will.
Or you could support it with that fleet there.
I will support it with that aeroplane, with the aeroplane in Sicily.
I will play anti-air.
Oh,
so that didn't happen.
It didn't happen, did it? Bear with me. Just remind myself of a certain thing. I think we need that one. I'll play naval combat. So it's like
So naval combat is what you play after a fleet is removed.
No, it's
and it cancels that.
So
yeah.
When defending, do not remove a defending piece.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
When attacking, continue the attack. When defending, do not remove a defending piece. Yeah. Ah, right. Okay.
I mean, I should have played it before.
So it's like a stand fast.
Yeah, it's a naval stand fast.
Right.
I should have played that before I took off the aeroplane, but there we are.
Okay. Now, can I
presume that will be in the same. Will that have the same sort of order of?
Oh yeah, merit? So I can, because that's the top.
Yeah.
So the naval combat reaction, if I wanted to continue, I would have to use a naval combat card.
Naval combat card, yeah.
I choose not to carry on. Okay, so that was my one action.
Mm-hmm.
Second movement. Just before I decide to land things in Sardinia. That's yours as well. And Sicily's yours. No, I have no second movement. I'm going to draw some cards. So coming to Ian, that's the most important space in the game.
Yeah, I can see why, because without...
Yeah.
I mean, I can't supply North Africa unless I've got that.
You come through here.
Yeah, but
if you were here.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, without, but yeah, I need a fleet basically.
Winter of 1940. So we cannot play sustain attack except in the desert because it's too cold everywhere else.
Right, so movement then. So I'm going to move that into there and that into there. And I will play this card, which is the second side. Eliminate a minor country force counter in Bulgaria, which is that one.
Oh.
To deploy a packed infantry.
Oh,
there.
to basically convert it to your own.
And then take another action.
But that's that gone.
That's that gone, yeah. And no, sorry, can I take that back?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense yet. I will declare war on Greece. So, if possible, which it is, because I have this, deploy packed infantry in Albania, and then move that infantry or attack with a force containing that infantry, and I will attack Athens.
So declare war on Greece if possible, deploy a packed infantry in Albania, and then move or attack. Yep, okay, so those two are going into there.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I can defend as if it's my own. I think that's what it said.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
MCFs. On defense, the player that controls the MCF may use reactions on behalf of the MCF from any faction they control. So now I can play that card that I was talking about. Stand fast, Athens or Crete.
Okay.
So
you just don't remove.
I don't remove it.
Okay.
And stand fast. If you want to continue,
I'd need to play
you'd need to play a sustain attack, which
attack.
you can't because it's winter.
And
it's not the desert.
And I'm not going to anyway.
Okay.
So
Is the Gulf of Gabe's out of supply? Is it?
How? Oh, what? Because you're interdicting there and there.
Well,
Can I do
you
it?
can trace it through here.
Can naval units only trace supply through sea?
Gulf of Gabe's out of supply, can't move there if so. No, I think the Gulf of Gabe's, I think you can trace it through Sicily, Naples and Rome.
That's why.
But you're right, I can interdict here and I can interdict here. So I'm interdicting here, but you've got that. Yeah, I think it's okay. It's interesting though that how very quickly. Yeah, and I can't interdict here because it's too far north. So they're fine. Oh, but they're fine. They can trace it there. Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, they're all in supply. Thank you.
Right, good. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So that's it. So I'll just draw it to 5. I think that's right, isn't it?
What was it you did?
Because we've had that attack. You defended.
I played stand fast.
I'm not sustaining.
Yep.
I'm not doing. I could do a second movement step. Oh, with the fleet. No, I won't. I'll leave it like that.
Okay.
Yep. And so drop to 5. So what was it? It was draw
up to draw 2.
Draw 2.
To no more than 5.
5.
Okay. So Britain has got tanks, but it's there. Yeah. Question is, do I do a conscription? Yeah, because I could do with a tank. If I get a tank, I can start taking this. But I could probably push these forward. Yeah, I'm just going to go first movement. Oh, no, I can't move that plane in, can I? No. No. Yeah, I'll just do first movement. I'll go into there. So, the French. Let's talk about the French. I think I've seen them in here. France. Free French soldiers that continued fighting against the Axis even after the government in Paris has capitulated. You may use any United Kingdom supplies if it was French, may be transported by a UK or a USA fleet, may be included in a UK or USA attacking force in the same space, but not vice versa. And only French reactions can be used on behalf of the French peace. Okay. So I think, as an action, I can play the French Foreign Legion, deploy a French infantry, and I think I can put it here. Because I'm placing it into a space which is currently in supply.
Mm-hmm. And the French is supplied by anything,
the UK.
is it? Or the US?
Nope, just the UK.
Just the UK, right. That makes sense.
And then take another action. I'm going to do a desperate attack.
Ooh.
I'm discarding those two cards to do an attack from there into there.
Naval combat. It hurts to do it, but I'm playing naval combat, so I don't have to
Okay.
remove a piece.
Sure. Scoring.
But that's horrible.
I need to draw some cards. I'll draw 2.
I hope that's not the only way I could get a carrier. It's tough knowing that is so important.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
So, scoring. I'm getting...
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
4. Nobody's got Yugoslavia.
No.
I've got Athens.
Yeah.
So you're 4 and 4.
Yeah.
Right. We are in the spring of 1941. Advance cannot be played except in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
First
Right,
movement
so
step.
movements. I'm going to move there into...
That doesn't exist. It's not a space.
Oh, so that's the...
No, those are not spaces.
So this is not adjacent to... I can't move over land to there.
No.
Oh, bugger. That was
so.
my whole...
Was it?
That was my whole plan.
Ah, yeah, no. Anything that's not named is not in the game. I believe.
Ah, okay. Okay. It's okay. That was my sweeping round the back
Sneak
move.
round the back.
Right, okay. In that case, I'm going to deploy a packed aeroplane in Albania, and then I'm going to attack with a packed force in the same space as that thing. So I'm attacking Athens again with that
Oh gosh,
force.
the plane's arrived.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, there was going to be one more movement as well. I'm just thinking about infantry there.
Okay.
And then I think that's it. Second movement. That infantry can go back into Sicily. I think it's really annoying. Okay, let's.
Here we go. The unnamed spaces of Spain, Portugal, and Turkey are impassable. Right. I go.
Yeah, draw 2.
So we'll have some movement. Okay. I'm going to play Neutrality Patrols. Recruit 2 USA fleets in a space with Atlantic in its name, which in this game is there. But when you combine them together,
yeah.
it could be any. More of them. Okay, and then second movement. It's a bit silly now. Let's see. I mean, yeah. So without tanks, I can't take any of these. You can't take any of these with infantry. Well, apart from doing an attack.
I should put a control marker on there.
So if I was to load these on here, for example, and then move them to here, and then do a land attack,
As long as you wiped out the
well, I still can't land them.
No, because it's still my control, unless you've got an advance.
I think an advance does
An
allow
advance,
you to
yeah.
do that. Because otherwise you can't take them with infantry. If we've understood this correctly. Let's just check advance. When you are attacking, if no pieces remain, you may use a card with advance to move 1 infantry or tank from the attacking force into the attacked space. Yeah. The advancing piece must follow the normal movement rules. You cannot advance if your piece would be unsupplied. You may use an advance reaction to unload an attacking infantry or tank from a fleet. When you don't have a tank, using an advance reaction is a good way to take a space that you've just attacked. Yeah, it's literally that's what it's for. So the advance reaction is how you take spaces. Right. So I've done my 1 action, which is to recruit the 2 fleets, and then I've done my second movement, and that's it. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. The summer of 1941. Yes, infantry can use advance. Thank you, Ian.
Okay. So first movement. Well, let's
I'm going to take Athens.
let's take Athens.
Got one. Oh, so that one.
See what, oh no, I've got one in there. Oh,
There's one in there.
I've got one in there already.
That's from a different game.
What am I?
The Russians have
The
arrived.
Russians have arrived. They're up there somewhere. Do you know? Do I? Is it even worth me trying to hang on to bloody Tunisia? And I think it probably is. Because if you take that, then I'm just completely out of supply. Tanks worth it being there either. Sorry, I'm just.
Yeah, that's all right. It feels a lot tighter.
It does.
There's fewer actions, fewer pieces. It feels like the decisions are more important.
It does. It does. I'm going to. I think that's quite important. I think that's important. I'm going to discard 2.
Yeah. To do an attack
into Yugoslavia.
You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, I'm going to declare war.
Now you can do it.
No, I can do it. Yeah.
Okay, from where?
From Athens.
Ah, it's 2 against 2.
Yeah.
But you got the supply.
You got the support of the
okay.
plane, yeah.
No. Set one off.
And I will
take one off to continue.
Continue the attack, yeah.
Set one off.
And I will advance.
Okay. That's it. You're in. Yours. Got the whole area.
That's something. And that's me done. Second movement.
The USA fleets are not allowed into the Western Mediterranean yet. Oh, that's the sorry. That's this. I'd forgotten about that. USA at war.
It was looking fairly brutal. I shall draw two cards.
I missed that in the rule book. Game rounds. USA right. Before this round, USA pieces cannot move or be deployed, but may be recruited. And it did say recruit. So I was allowed to recruit them.
Oh yeah, they're just not allowed to.
But I'm not allowed to move
them.
And you cannot deploy them. Right. Thank you, Ian. I think the house is going to wash away. Is it my go?
It is your go, yeah.
Well, I had a cunning plan. And I think I can still do the cunning plan. Fleets can only move 1, can't they? Yeah. Oh, but they can move again.
They're moving, so they're like the tanks on the Eastern Front.
Except, so here's what I'm thinking I can't do. First movement. Then it's my action step. I could attack here, but I couldn't attack here. I was going to take Rome, but I can't. Because if that would be second movement, and I can't unload because I've not attacked. But I could take Sardinia.
But you can't unload.
No, I attack
infantry
and advance.
Can you attack an empty space?
Yeah. And there are reasons why you might
Yeah.
want to, and this is one of them. So you can advance into it.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility. Or Algeria. I'm liking this better. So I think we're going to do that. So first movement, I'm going to load those two onto those two. Okay, any other first movement? No, no first movement. Right, then I need to do an attack. Which is going to be those two cards to do an attack. We're going to attack into here.
Mm-hmm.
The attack is successful, and then I play advance.
Yeah, very good.
So I advance in there, and then in the second movement step, I move that in there. And now we're rocking, because they are supplied through there and there, and yeah. But that cost a lot of cards. Okay, done. I draw two. We're in the fall of 1941.
Okay. So first movement, we'll have a tank on there. I'll recruit a German infantry within 2 spaces of a German a German aeroplane. I haven't got any German airplanes on the map.
No, this is the parachuters.
Right, I'm going to deploy a packed fleet. I might not do it. How many cards have you got in your hand, Paul?
3.
Okay. I deploy a packed fleet and infantry in or adjacent to Algeria. So I could do fleet in there. Unless you discard 3 cards.
I'll discard 3 cards.
Okay, second movement then. I'll move that tank into Tunisia. And that's it.
Okay. Draw some up.
So sorry, I keep on doing that, don't I? And then draw cards.
Okay, so first movement. Nope. Action. Now then. No cards. So let's have a look at these contingencies. These are of no use whatsoever. So I am going to do production initiative to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
And then second movement, no second movement, draw 2 more cards. It's the winter of 1941.
That was good. That was worth doing.
Yeah, that basically stalled us both for a turn, didn't it?
Okay, so first movement.
Okay.
Not sure, maybe not. Yeah, actually, makes sense.
Okay. So
yeah, that's
infantry
it.
to
Yeah,
Sicily and then infantry loaded from there
yeah,
into
into Ionian
Ionian
Sea.
Okay.
And then action, I'm going to deploy a German aeroplane in a land space, which will be there. And then I may attack a land space with a German force. I'll just put a plane in there because I don't have to attack. Because it's I may.
You may attack. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that's the right thing to do, but there we go.
Draw some
Just
cards.
for one card. So sorry, second movement. Don't
Second
forget
movement.
that.
Yeah.
So move that into Naples.
Okay.
And he can move after
Yeah.
he's unloaded, so he's going to move back into there.
Yeah. Right. I think you're going to get ahead of me on points here. But I'm going to get on the phone to the Americans. So I'm not going to do any pre-thingy movement. And as my action, I'm just going to play the Union Defence Force deploy the UK infantry and airplane in Egypt. And then I'm going to draw. And that is the end of 1941. So, scoring. Oh, I only got 3. Yeah, you got loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And it's 2 more than it was.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, so we add our late cards in.
But you get the Americans
And
as
the
well,
USA
don't you?
now can
Yeah.
play as normal. Okay. Okay, so spring in 1942. No advance orders except in the desert.
What have I done there? It's not
What have
one.
we got?
It was on the cards I had in my. It was on the cards I had in my hand.
Must be. So your deck should contain your late cards and whatever was left of your. Did you shuffle your?
I have the.
Was
Because I just remember, I remember I had that card I tried to play before, and then it didn't.
were those the 5 cards you had in your hand?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that was
Well done.
all right.
Thank you.
You've not got many cards left.
Not got many cards left.
No.
Well, yeah, you get quite a big late war deck, don't you?
Yeah. I do remember this in the last game. Pete had hardly
Yeah.
any cards left for the last couple of turns, and or I didn't have. I can't remember.
Okay, so right here we go then. So this is
Spring of 1942.
spring 1942. First movement.
I think it's time for some rationing. This card's better when played spring 1942 or later.
What am I going to attack? Let's get some infantry in there. I'll fly. 1, 2. You'll go to
Also in Sicily. Yeah.
Sicily.
Busy place.
It's quite dangerous, isn't it? Right.
Action.
Action. So I'm going to recruit a German infantry within 2 spaces of a German aeroplane.
There's a German aeroplane here. Yep.
Yeah. And we'll do that there.
Okay.
And then take another action. And I will eliminate an allied fleet or carrier adjacent to a packed infantry unless the allies discard a card of that piece's faction with the withdrawal navy reaction. So I'm going to go that one there. Well done. And then second movement. Let's see which it is, yeah.
Right. I'm going to keep that. And reline this then.
And that's it. Draw cards.
Okay. Right. Come on, the Americans. So first movement. It's a lot of forces here. Okay, so I'm going to play Convoy Raiders. Gain 1 point unless the Axis discards 2 cards. And then take another action. Just 1 wafer thin point.
I've discarded 2 cards.
Okay. So as my other action, I'm going to play HMS Illustrious and deploy a carrier with a plane on it.
You don't have
A UK carrier and an airplane together in a water space adjacent to Gibraltar. Done. Draw 2 cards. Summer of 1942.
God, this is horrible. You can just see the doom approaching. I'm just not going to be able to fight that. I just withdraw from. Seems a bit.
But unlike the previous game, I don't have many cards that allow me to attack. So I'm having to discard 2 cards every time I want to attack, generally. Which is why I've not been attacking as much.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, mind if I move them? I forgot.
No, not at all.
Completely forgot.
No, go for it.
Disguised in the desert.
Okay. First movement then. Just bloody abandon. Because you're definitely going to attack, and I've got no chance of defending that. But just abandoning North Africa seems a bit.
Well, there's only 2 scoring rounds left.
Yeah.
You're thinking just holding on to this might be enough?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if I lose that, then that's all gone. Because there's just no way of tracing supplies there. I mean, and you've just got such a huge navy against my pesky 2. But yeah, I think it's horrible to do it. But they can transport German pieces, can't they? I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you don't have any German plates.
Because,
I remember reading that.
So we'll do that for first movement.
Mm-hmm.
And
do they want to move in first
these
movement?
will move to there. Right, okay. Action.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I'll play the Golden Square Coup. If Iraq is either neutral or unoccupied,
It is.
which is, gain 1 victory points.
Okay.
And then activate Iraq for the Axis.
Oh, that means you've got the point.
I've got the point, and
Oh.
you're a bit of a way away.
Oh.
So it might buy me some time.
Yeah, but that's an extra point.
It is an extra point.
That's important. Right, my go.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to move that plane into here. We'll attack at some point, maybe.
Mm. This is how Montgomery did it. He was a build-up of. Although having said that, my Rommel hasn't really done much.
Yeah, where's Rommel gone?
Rommel's still in this, still in France drinking lots of decent wine. Yeah, because he did get to there, but.
Right, as my action, I'm going to play the Swordfish Knight attack.
Mm-hmm.
Attack a water space with a UK force containing an airplane, and then take another action.
There we go. There it is.
You got to unload these.
Sorry? Oh, yeah. Sorry, of course I am, yeah.
I guess they were going to Sicily.
Yeah, I'm going to Sicily.
Okay, so we're attacking from here into here. So it's actually everything except these 2.
Yeah, I've got to take one away, I'm afraid. Yeah.
I will continue.
Of course you will.
You have the plane as well if you wanted it.
Oh, yes, I do, don't I? Let's try and keep on forgetting about the plane.
I'll
I
continue.
will play. No, hang on. I'm just playing anti-air.
Okay, so that didn't happen. Hang on. Can I remove the carrier? No, carrier's at the bottom. So yeah.
So even if I've played an anti-air,
Yeah. So that effectively meant me removing that had no effect.
Oh, that's right.
So now I need to remove that to carry on.
Well done.
Okay.
The battle of the Gulf of Games has happened.
And then take another action. So the other action will be what will the other action be? The other action will be to draw a card. And then second movement.
Mm-hmm. Ouch.
Let's move that, James. Gonna move that. So I believe these are now cut off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there's nothing they can do.
Okay, and then I'll draw 2 cards. The Fall of 1942.
Well, I might as well do this anyway.
Yeah, Ian's saying at the end of the game, if you've used all of your cards, that's good.
Yeah.
Because they are your resources. I have more cards, and therefore I can afford to be spending 2 to do the desperate attack. Yeah.
Do some movement. He'll move to Rome. He'll move to Naples. Move him to Sicily. I will play Night Convoy. The Allies gain 1 victory point. But pieces endeavours at climate species are supplied until the start of my next turn. Take another action.
Oh, right. So these are supplied.
They are now supplied, yeah.
Night Convoy. Oh, so you've sneaked in supplies at night.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's one off.
Yeah.
I only get to do it once.
That delays me for a bit.
Yeah, I like this. And then I've got another chance to do one piece, but yeah. So it's got to be this one, hasn't it? I think. Let's see if I can do something. Right, I'm going to do an air raid on Barry. So deploy a German aeroplane in a land space.
On Barry? What's he done?
And then I may attack a water space with a force containing that aeroplane.
Okay.
So I'm going to do Tripoli, and then I'm going to attack your fleet
into there with those 2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So can I choose the carrier? I think I can choose the carrier. I know you can't choose the carrier if there's a plane on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just another ship now, isn't it? I would have thought.
I think so. The question is whether I want the carrier. Okay, I'm going to take it on the American fleet. So because I've taken it on a fleet, you can't continue it unless you play a naval combat.
Which I'm not going to do.
Okay.
But
you destroyed a fleet, so
I have destroyed a fleet.
Important.
And that's so it's second movement, and it's just my tank, which is going to stay where it is. That's me done. Draw cards.
Okay. That's no good, and that's no good. So these are back to being out of supply again.
Mm-hmm.
So first movement, we're going to move this plane into the carrier. I'm going to move that into there. I'm going to move that into there. Remembered. I'm going to move this to here. I'm going to put that tank on it. Okay. Right, action. I think I'm going to conscript. And we're going to play, I'm going to discard that card. And that card. And we're going to conscript a British fleet. Now, I think it can go here because that is adjacent to there. Okay, so that's my action. Second movement. Okay, 2nd movement is done. I will draw 2 cards and we go to the winter of 1942.
Oh, so first movement. Well, I think the Luftwaffe is getting out of Dodge, so they can go to there, can't they?
The pancakes have run out.
So
all we've got left is half a bag of gluten-free pasta.
So yeah, that wasn't quite so clever. I think we're just going to have to give up on North Africa. I think this might be the high point of Italian imperial ambitions. So we are going to play Impero Italiano. Gain 1 victory point for each 2 rounded up of these spaces the Axis controls. Gibraltar, no. Malta, yes. Yugoslavia, yes. Athens, yes. And not Crete, not Egypt, not Cyprus, but we do control Iraq. So
4.
So
2
it's
points.
2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
that's 2 points.
It's 2 points. I mean, it's just like play it while you can, really.
I mean,
think.
that's 5 points ahead.
Yeah, but that's as good as it's going to get. Second movement. Well, these are all going to die.
They're
anyway,
going to die.
So it doesn't really matter about them. I might move. What's more important?
That can't move
I
down
might
to
move.
Bulgaria.
I might move them back. Oh no, they can second movement, so they can't move.
Oh, no,
anyway.
they can't.
Yeah. That's it. So draw cards.
And then these go.
Yeah. Well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first movement. In fact, we'll move the French in there. Right, I think that's it for my first movement. Okay. Interesting. So I'm going to play B-25 Mitchell, deploy a USA or UK airplane and take another action. I believe I can put that there.
Yeah. That's the only reason why not. That's all. You now control North Africa.
And the extra action is going to be the United States 7th Army to deploy a USA tank.
Yeah, well,
and then move that tank or attack with the force containing that tank.
Right, so is it worth doing that? No, I don't want to keep that. No, well done. That's yours.
Not yet.
Oh no.
I'll move in second movement. So that was my action. So second movement, that goes in.
Yeah. The Iraqi revolution is short-lived, but
that moves to there in second movement and then drops that off there.
Mm-hmm.
And whether I need to do that because you've got a supply flag there. So cutting this off doesn't make any actual difference. So no, I don't think I need to do that. I'll move down here instead.
Okay.
Okay, scoring. Draw 2 cards. Well,
I've got 1.
It's going to be close.
2, 3. That's it. 3 points for me.
So I've got Gibraltar, Tunisia, Tripoli, Egypt, Iraq, Yugoslavia. 6.
Mm-hmm.
You counted Athens.
I did, yeah. So I've got Athens, Naples, and Rome.
Okay.
I think that's it.
I get 6. Okay. So if the same thing happens again now, I win by a point.
Yeah.
Spring 1943.
Okay.
And you're on the back foot.
Although
you've got a lot
I've got a lot up there.
of stuff there.
So I've got no navy. So it's
No.
It's all about what happens over there now, I think.
I've no idea if this is what happened historically.
Oh well, yeah. Well, now it's the time of the Anzio in the the landings in Italy and this sort of like the slow grinding
Right.
push up to Italy. So there's Monte Cassino.
And where did those forces come from?
So it was
From
it was
here?
American, yeah. So it first started off with sort of like Rommel really attacking an unprepared British army down here,
Which
in
is
the
what
early part
happened
of the
last
war.
time I played this.
Yeah.
Pete took all of this,
Yeah.
and you didn't move that way.
No, because it was just so. Because I thought if I committed, they're going to get cut off eventually
Yeah.
because you had such a big navy.
Okay.
And then
So Rommel pushed down here.
Rommel pushed down here, and then there was a huge pair of battles in El Alamein.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the British had a much bigger, and they got their act together, and then the US came into the war and pushed all the way back here and did what you've done now, which is basically take back North Africa. And then it was about the Anzio. It was about opening the second front because Stalin wanted the European allies to invade, to launch a major second front.
Right.
So he wanted Normandy to happen a year earlier.
Okay.
But instead of that, we invaded Italy to try, to try and force our way up into mainland Europe through Italy. But then it was a real slog,
Right.
especially when it got to here because it was
There's too many nice pizza restaurants.
and it was heavily fortified. But then and it was Patton and Montgomery. There was a British Eighth Army in the US, and they just basically ground their way up through Rome. And then Mussolini was assassinated, and and then Italy surrendered eventually after we'd taken Rome. But it was it was a long old campaign. So it's actually happening.
Okay.
Very similar. Right, so let's have a think. So, hanging on to. So I think first move, we'll move the tank into there, and we'll move our planes, move our infantry into there, and we'll move our planes into to support both. So they can support both theatres.
Can the USA supply to Arabia? Haven't been paid. Yeah, I believe so, because we can trace a supply route all the way through here to here. So I think we can.
And then it's card time. So declare war on Yugoslavia if possible. It's not because it's already done. But I can deploy German infantry or tank adjacent to Yugoslavia and then move that piece or attack with a force containing that piece.
I was not expecting that.
So I was hanging on to that. So I'm attacking
Operation 25
into Yugoslavia
with a tank and an infantry.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'll remove the tank. Battle is over.
Battle is over.
You can advance if you want to.
I'm not going to advance.
Or not bother.
I shall, second movement.
Second movement.
But
that puts you into a currently winning the game position.
And that's any more second movement? No, that's it for. And I've got 4 cards, so I can pick up a
Right, we need to sort that out.
card.
Okay, so first movement, we're going to move that infantry onto there. We're going to move that infantry onto there and then move it into there. We are going to move... That didn't quite work out as I wanted. We're going to move this to here. We're going to move this to here. And we're going to move this to here. And we're going to move this. Oh no, that can't get on an American one. Oh, so there's no point in me sending that over there. I'll send this over there. That's not worth a point, is it? 2 points there.
Oh, so what? 2 points as in
It's 2 points.
Athens
it's,
in
it's
Yugoslavia.
big.
Yeah.
Move that to there. No. Move that one to there and move that to there.
You do have control of the sea.
I do need to be careful though, because those planes could interdict if any of those spaces were empty. But thankfully, I've got a path around here, so. Right, I believe that is all of my first movement done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to attack. These all give you points. I don't want to give you any points. So I am going to be. These cards are all so good. I am going to be discarding those 2 cards to do a desperate attack.
Into where?
Into Sicily.
Into Sicily. Yeah, so the Anzio landings are happening. Okay, I'm going to retreat.
Run away!
Run away! Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
no plane support, none of that, just run away.
Run away.
Okay.
Hang on for as long as I can. I'm going to make you fight for every inch going up the boot of Italy.
And I made a massive mistake and I got rid of the wrong card.
Well, take it back if you want.
If you don't mind.
No, not at all.
I need to keep that one. Okay. Because then I can play advance. Oh, but it's advance. Oh, no, it doesn't work anyway. No, as you were. It's an American advance. So it doesn't work. So I can't land. So we have to go back from where we came.
Yes. All right, so...
No, I can still attack.
Oh, right, so... It's...
Yeah,
it's you just...
I just couldn't advance.
Oh! Well, because...
I didn't have an advance card.
Oh, pain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm still...
Right. I need a new plan. Right, secondary movement. Tanks can move a second time. Fleets can move a second time. So in fact, they've not unloaded yet. Because I can move them a second time.
Yeah.
Okay, well that changes things. So we will move them into here and we'll unload into here. Now I need to be very careful because I can still trace through the land. So even if you move your planes to Sicily and they interdict into here, I can still trace a route through here. So it's okay.
But you can't go back through there, can you?
No.
So you can still trace a route
through here there. And through here.
Oh, that's right.
Because you don't have any planes interdicting here.
So if I could build a plane there, that would... No, it still wouldn't be awkward, would it? Because you'd be able to go...
I can still go through the bottom.
That, you go through that way, yeah. You've got control of the sea. Okay.
In fact, I can put that there. And that can go in there.
So that's so it's you've switched.
We need a new plan.
Switched. So we're not going to do what Montgomery did. We're going to fight in the Balkans. Yeah.
I couldn't have played in advance anyway. It was spring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi James. It's not a war game channel. No. I cover a variety of games.
But that it's interesting though, isn't it? Because I mean, it's an interesting point. I really enjoy because I used to be a massive war gamer.
Yeah.
You know, a proper hex encounter in the 80s and 90s, and I'm never going back to them again. But I really enjoyed how some. I mean, I suppose ever since I think Hannibal might have been the first one I played, which was
Right.
the card-driven game.
Yeah.
You must have played that a few times.
I've not played it, but I've seen it.
Really
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
But I've loved the way the designers have taken Euro mechanics to do
Yeah.
war games, and I think, and they've actually made almost a better job of than the games that tried to be hyper realistic in
Yes.
detail with hex and counters.
Yeah.
I actually think thematically, card-driven games. Well, I know you're not a massive fan of Polis.
No,
But-
only because there's a D4, and if you roll
Yeah.
it one twice, the game's over.
But
yeah,
I
but
think
the game's great.
But the
other than
game is
that.
fantastic, and it
Yeah.
really captures the sort of challenges that the commanders were sort of facing in terms of logistics and supply, and so yeah, I just love Euro war games now. If I don't know if that's actually a genre, but
It is now.
yeah, but I think, and this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Mind you, because it's the same designer as War of the Ring, the card game, isn't it?
Exactly.
What a fantastic game that
Yeah.
is. You know, so anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm just trying to put you off. So you've gone there, haven't you? You've decided to come and have a war in the Balkans.
We had a fake landing in Sicily.
Okay, fair enough.
And then headed off in another
So I
direction.
don't know. Do I want to keep? Well, I suppose you. Yeah, you could easily come back.
Steve agrees with you, by the way.
Oh, good. There we are. So I'm going to move that
Back into Sicily.
Yeah, the wine's too good, and then I'm going to play this one, which is eliminate a minor country force counter in Bulgaria to deploy a pact.
Oh,
infantry
now
there,
you're switching over. Yeah.
which makes sense because at least it holds on to it for a bit longer, and then take another action. So that's
Right,
out of the
and
game
that's that
now. And my other action is I'm going to deploy some German infantry in Rome.
Yeah.
That's the only German infantry I've got. Where's my glorious Italian fleet? And then second
Down here.
it's down there, I know. So second movement, I think that tank's probably best where it is actually. So we're going to keep it like that, and then we're going to draw 2 cards.
You're done.
I'm all done.
Right. So first movement. So that can move 1. Can move 1. Put it there, actually. Yeah, don't have much troops left except these guys.
Yeah.
So it's summer, so we can sustain attack, we can advance, we can do all of those things. Okay, 2 cards, desperate attack. From there-
Yugoslavia or Athens?
Into Yugoslavia.
Okay.
Just going to double check the cards. Okay.
I'll exchange.
So a tank goes, and I can take off an infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Take off the French.
Cannon fodder. That's outrageous.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I won't play an advance card.
Okay.
I don't have any tanks. Oh, where's the tanks gone? Well, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Well, until next turn.
Yeah, but you'll just come back in. Okay.
Right.
I'm not going to win this. Right. It's the fall of 19. So do I have any second movement? Yes, I do. I move. So I can't move it and unload. No, I can.
Not on the second movement, is it? Second movement, you can.
I think I can.
I thought you could only load on the first movement.
Oh no, you're right. Yes, I think you
Because
can
it's
only
second
load on the
movement
first
you
movement.
unload, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
Loading. It must first load onto a fleet. Most of the time it happens during the first movement step, but if you're able to move during the action step, you can load at that time. Cannot be loaded under the second movement. Okay, so I'll move to there. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so I've drawn me 2 cards. It's now the fall of 1943.
Well, my movement is not going to be excessive. So I'll move him to Bulgaria, into Yugoslavia, I beg your pardon, at least just so you don't just walk in there. I think we'll keep that like that. But I'm not quite sure how they've done it, considering most of the Italian forces are now in Italy. But they've also managed to occupy British Somaliland, which means I get 2 victory points unless you eliminate an allied piece in or adjacent to the Red Sea. I don't think you've
That's
got
a
any.
potential game-winning move.
Yeah, so
Right. So they've taken over something down here, and I can't do anything
but
about
this,
it.
I mean, this is why knowing the cards.
I would have kept something.
because you would have kept something there for that very thing, isn't it? And I'm not doing any more secondary movement. So, but I'm now out of cards.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So all I've got is what I've got.
Right. First movement. That goes to there, and then that goes to there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for first movement. Action. I'm going to deploy a USA or UK tank. And then take another action. And I'm going to do an M5 Stuart attack with the USA or UK force containing a tank.
Mm-hmm.
And then take another action.
So where are you attacking? So
From there into
into Yugoslavia. So I'll retreat.
Okay. I don't advance. And then I take another action, which is to play the Western Task Force, deploy a USA fleet together with an infantry, and then move that infantry or attack with a force containing either piece. So I attack with this force into Athens.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't advance, but in second movement, that goes, and then that can go.
Well done. Yeah.
Right. Winter of 1943. Draw 2 cards.
Okay. I'm not doing any movement.
Was that empty?
That is now empty, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, because I attacked
just
and
attacked
retreated them.
He
Yeah.
retreated Bulgaria.
I suspect they might be
Right.
back
So I do. Yeah, might as well.
as well.
Although, don't you say that?
Oh, because if I then go
Because if
there,
you don't go there, I'm just completely out of supply.
that will die.
Yeah. So I think I'll.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Either way, because I mean, if it was the last turn, maybe. Oh, actually, I suppose. No, because you're going to get a turn, and then. No, but I suppose if I stay there now, I'm just trying to. So this next turn's the last turn, isn't it?
Yeah. So on this
turn,
turn
you'll
move
go in
into
there,
and then at the end of
but
your
I've
turn,
still got a turn to get back into supply.
You do.
But it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, is it?
No. So let's play realistically. But the propaganda machine is still going strong in Italy. So
Everything's fine.
Goebbels is doing his tricks.
Move along.
So if the German piece is in Rome, gain 1 victory point. And then I may deploy a packed infantry in Rome, which I might as well do. So we're getting the women and children clogged up. And that's it. So I think Rome and Naples are probably safe.
Okay, so
And
first,
I've got no cards to draw.
first movement. I'll move into there
Yeah,
with maybe those two.
yeah.
Right. I'm also, I need to take something else because it's just going to have to be one big attack. It's not going to work otherwise. So actually, I might just go in there with one. So I can load those three onto there. And can that get there? No. No. I can get there. Okay, this will be fun. This will be fun. Painful. Oh, it's just 2 turns left.
I know.
I got
It's going to be tight.
three good cards in hand.
Yeah, and you've got cards to draw.
Yeah. And you've got 2 cards and that's it.
That's it. That's all I've got.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Which is great because it's how, cause, I mean, the Germans were, it's towards the end of the war.
Okay.
We were being attacked on all
I'm
fronts.
doing a desperate attack with that card and that card.
Okay.
And we're attacking with this British force here.
Well, into Naples.
Into Naples,
Okay.
where you have
3 planes and a tank.
2 German planes, a packed plane, and a packed tank.
Yeah. But I can use all of them for support, can't I?
For defense, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I will take a plane off.
So if you're taking a plane, so this is a land battle.
Mm-hmm.
So you've taken a plane off. So I can take a plane off.
Anti-air.
So I can take a fleet off. But it has to be a British fleet. Now, what happens if I take a fleet off while there is still something on it? Do I lose that something?
I mean, I've got to think. You've got to think. Yes,
I would have thought yes, but I don't know if the pieces have landed or they're landing. We'll ask the chat.
Good question.
If we have an answer, if Ian's still with us or anybody else, while I look up very quickly the sea. It's a land force. The attacking force may be transported on fleets. Transported, unloading, naval transport, loading. Yeah, not 100% sure. I'll carry on looking, see if I can find it. It's not in the section on loading. It's not in the section on unloading. Ian says, what was the question? The question was, I have 3 British fleets, each of which has a unit loaded onto them. I'm doing an amphibious assault, and I'm about to take a fleet as one of the casualties in order to continue the attack. Do I immediately lose the unit that's on it? Is the question. And I'm sure I've seen something in here somewhere in the rulebook to say that, but can't quite find it. Continuing the attack. A piece removed must be the same rank. Yeah. A carrier cannot be removed to continue an attack. Yeah. Airplanes and fleets. Right. That's when defending. When you continue an attack, instead of removing a piece from an attacking force, you may remove a supplied airplane or fleet from any space adjacent. Yeah, that's the same. Transported pieces in combat. If a fleet transporting a piece is removed, the piece it is transporting is also removed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to. Oh, this is going to get. Now, this is a land battle, isn't it? This is. So if I remove that.
You're not attacking with. Because are you attacking with both American?
No.
Yeah.
This is the force that's attacking. Yeah. But I believe if it's empty, I can then land in that.
Yeah.
And let's go for it.
Well, I should have had it very fast. Well done.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
I think that's the key battle. It was very bloody. The Anzio. It was down there where they actually landed, but yeah.
So second movement phase.
Yeah. In he goes. Well done.
One.
Very good. I think that's probably.
Well,
that's probably done it.
There is one turn left. So other things that can move in the second movement phase. It's just the fleets and the tanks. And that's it. Okay, did we get that right? I think we got that right. Okay, so we go into the final turn of the game. Okay. As it stands, I'm winning.
Yeah,
let's just do a check.
I don't think because I haven't got
1, 2, 3.
I haven't got an attack card, unfortunately.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm scoring 8, which is going to put me on 22. I'm scoring
1. Yeah, and all I've got is Rome.
So I'm currently winning by 2 points.
And I think that's how it's going to go because I mean I can hold on to Rome. I mean we won't get Rome, but I've got no way.
Because you don't have 2 cards to do a desperate attack.
I can't do a desperate attack. So I'll do this. So I'll deploy a German infantry in Rome. That's a shame. Shame I hadn't done that before. Counter-attack on Anzio. The Allies must eliminate a piece in Rome or Naples.
I'd have eliminated it, but you wouldn't have been able to move back in.
But I suppose if I'd known that was available, I wouldn't have eliminated my tank. But yeah. Anyway, so that's really all.
So then on the final turn, I play Ethniki Anastasi.
Oh, well done.
I gain 2 points unless you eliminate a piece in Athens or Crete, or you discard 3 cards, which you can't do.
Anything, can't do anything. Yeah.
So I gain 2 points.
No, well played. Whew. Well done. So yeah, very good. Very good. I think I probably made the same mistake I made in the East Front game this afternoon of not being aggressive enough with the Germans early on. I think what I probably should have done was gone hell for leather and never mind the consequences down this coast with the Rommel cards, using that card to keep them in supply 1 extra turn.
Right.
And then, all right, I'm gonna lose them, but at least it'll take you a bit of time to take it all back. Well, although I'm not sure. Maybe I should have just reinforced this more. Because this is difficult for you. It's difficult. You don't have you don't have a huge amount of troops, do you?
No.
Yeah.
It's so today, for those of you that have only watched this video, earlier on today we played East Front. That video is on the channel. If you want to go and watch it, we've played East Front. Now, the 2 games are both part of the 2-player Quartermaster General Series, and they both have the same core rules. This one has a lot more rules because it has the rules for, naval combat as well as land combat.
And the amphibious landing.
And transporting troops. Yeah. So, East Front is definitely an easier game, but they're not easy games because you've got to get your head around the supply rules. Yeah. And thankfully, once you understand how the supply rules work, the supply rules are the same in both games. But that is the thing that's going to catch you out. You're going to forget to trace supply until you get used to the game.
Well, it's also going to be the thing that will catch you out. It's where you're almost most vulnerable
Yeah.
to an instant loss or an instant win, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because you can lose an entire, all of your forces by if you mess it.
Yeah, if you mess it up. And Ian's said that is by design. He doesn't want people going off
exactly
down here because of the way that interdicting works. So having played both games today, back to back, which I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, brilliant.
I have to say that these are excellently designed games. Production value is good. I have to, as somebody who has been a professional rulebook writer and editor for over 10 years, I have to give a shout out to all of the people, and I'm just going to say all of the people. It may be all Ian, but it may be other people as well, for the text on the cards. It is so precise, it is so accurate, and thank you very much, because I play so many games now where the cards are not clear and ambiguous, and this is very, very precise. So great job with the text on the cards. Rulebooks are very clear. I think there's a couple of points which could do with clarification, but they've been clarified on BGG. Having played both games back to back, it surprised me how different they are.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
East Front is the bigger game because you bigger deck of cards, 16 turns, but 2 actions per turn. So you do a lot more in East Front. And this one, I'd forgotten, when we set it up, I was like, is that all we've got? And the deck of cards, and I got 1 action per turn. It feels very much more focused, very, very tight,
as it was historically.
Right. Okay.
There were fewer troops. I mean, it was the major front for the British because it was the only place we were fighting the Germans on land at the time. But for the Germans, they were much more interested in what was going on in Russia.
So that isn't just a design; it's a design decision based on
the historicity, absolutely, and I think it's brilliant the way he's done it.
Yeah. Because it still works as a game.
Yeah, totally.
And this is a shorter game, I think. I think once you know it, I think
we've got fewer pieces.
Yeah.
But in both games, I like the way I think the way you've got the late war deck coming in, because both theatres had that switch in sort of strategic initiative.
Yeah.
Because the Germans had it early on.
Yeah.
And then the Allies would get it later on in the war. And the game just does that brilliantly without forcing you. Because you can look back now and you think some of the cards, I wish I'd hung on to that card. I wish I played that card earlier. And the tactics are really important, aren't they? So I mean, if I'd held on to a few retreats for later on in the game, that would have made it more difficult for you. So there's lots of real subtleties with the card play. So it's not going to play out the same every game, but you are going to be faced with the same historical sort of overall restrictions.
Yeah.
Which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't wait to play. Can't wait to do the big one.
Well, that'll be next year. So next year, West Front comes out, and we can play West Front as a standalone game. So I'm curious as to what that's going to be, because that's going to be.
Well, it's going to be all the initiative with unless it involves the invasion of France at the beginning of the war, and then the Normandy land.
Yeah.
But then it could also be the original German invasion of France in 1939 if it's going to do the whole war. So it might be. Well, ask him.
Ian can tell us.
But I mean, and it's gonna be a manageable and yet relatively deep game of the entire Second World War.
I think Ian is saying that it's Kevin Chapman and Roberto. Roberto is the designer of War of the Ring. He's the guy at Ares Games.
Oh, fantastic.
And Kevin Chapman is the one who has been answering most of the rules questions.
Right.
So I was awake a lot during the night, and I spent the night reading BGG forums for East Front, and Kevin Chapman is the one who's answered most of the questions.
Well, that's not
Thank you very much, Kevin, for that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But card text is really important. So next year we'll get War of the not War of the Ring. Well, we'll be playing War of the Ring next year, but that's a different story. Yeah. We'll get West Front. We'll play that as a standalone game, and then at some point, maybe next December, we will do a game of this. Now, is that a 2-player game?
I can't
be.
I mean, I'm guessing it's a game you could play 2-player, but who knows? I'm second guessing what they do, but I imagine you'll have. But that's a lot of decks, isn't it?
It is.
Because not so many decks because you'd have separate decks for each theatre, so you're still playing. It's just interesting how they're going to interact with it. We'll find out. Maybe they'll come up with a whole new deck.
I'm also curious to know how, because West Front is going to be released as a standalone game, but I'm curious as to how are they going to make the rules available for playing all 3 of them? Is that going to be like an online? Because if you include those rules only in West Front, I was going to say you need to buy Westfront to be able to
But
play,
you're
all three,
gonna-
but
but
you've
you're
got
going
to
to have
anyway.
to anyway.
So they'll probably
Yeah,
include
yeah.
it in Westfront as
Yeah.
a physical. Here's how you play all three games
seem
together.
to remember going back in the distant time. Do you remember the Columbia block
Yeah,
games?
yeah.
Because I think they did something similar
did.
with their games.
Yeah, with supply.
And
you mean?
and
Green?
also combining them all together because they had
Right.
East Front and West Front and Southern Front, and I think they tried to combine them all into one big game. Yeah, it's vague. My memory is vague on that.
So
As on many things.
One final thing just before we wrap up today. Well, a few things actually. First of all, thank you very much to Ian for being in the chat. And
Great game, Ian.
everybody else for joining us. PM Magro as well. You've been here last time I played Southfront. You've been here today helping us with rules questions. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody for watching. As I mentioned at the start, none of the streams this week are sponsored. I'm just going to put a quick image on screen now. That is my plans for the week. So I have about 15 live streams this week. This is my week off work. None of these streams are sponsored, and I'm taking the week off work to basically do all of these games. 6 days of live streaming, and it's all thanks to the support of my patron supporters. So if you like the content that I create, you want to support me directly and help me carry on doing things like this, you can support me at patreon.com/gaming rules. All of the advertising revenue goes to charity. We are supporting Mike Dennis from Ready Steady Play, who is doing a 24-hour charity stream this coming weekend. So Mike's the one raising the money. I am going to be donating all of the advertising revenue from all of these videos to the charity that Mike is supporting, which is World Central Kitchen this year. But that's what's happening. So yes, thank you very much for that. And the one final thing I want to mention is, as Bill says, I was playing games back in the 80s, and Hex and Counter war games were a thing back then. And I owned many of them, but I was like 15, 16 years old. So I really wanted to play these games, and I never really did. But I had a few of them, including Vietnam, which is like a 100-hour game or something ridiculous. But I remember reading some rules for some of these Hex and Counter war games in the mid-80s, and I loved the idea of supply lines. That was the one thing about these games that I thought was a fascinating idea. The fact that if you cut off the supply line, they can't get food, they can't get fuel, they can't, all of the stuff. And this is what you don't see in a lot of war games. In a lot of war games, you just see a tank. You don't realise that to keep that tank going, there needs to be... And I loved this idea. And I have been waiting like 40 years of my life to find a game that actually does supply. And it does it brilliantly.
Yeah, really good.
It is the trickiest part of the game to get your head around.
Yeah.
With the interdiction.
Yeah.
I kind of want maybe counters to put on the board.
Yeah.
But I think once you're experienced with it, you don't need it.
Because you do that eyesight.
But when you're learning it might be useful to have little cubes on the board or something to say, look, I'm interdicting into that area, just to help you visualize it.
Yeah.
But so I'm really happy that there is a game where you can cut off the supply lines, and that means you can't just paratroop Germans into Gibraltar because they'd be cut off straight away. But
unless you can get them into supply in the next go.
Exactly. So we're done for today. That is it. No more streams today. I will be back tomorrow afternoon with Kanban EV, and then Star Trek Captain's Chair tomorrow night. It's a big week for heavy games. There is a lot of heavy games. But thank you very much, Bill, for joining me today.
My pleasure. It's been fantastic.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.